Now here we also have another possible contradiction. Because if you look there in that last verse, Mark 7:10 says they get into the boat with his disciples and they come to the region of Dalmanutha. But if you flip back over to Matthew 15, in 15:39 it says they get in the boat and they cross over to Magdala. Uh-oh. So where did Jesus go? Did he go to Magdala or did he go to Dalmanutha? Yes. Yes, he did. Now, this one is not entirely so certain, but it's the lack of certainty that actually makes it no contradiction. See, we know what Magdala is. We know what it is. We know where it is. It was a city. We can pinpoint it and show it on a map where archaeologists have found it. This is the city of Magdala. So we know right where that is. Interestingly, the only place where we find this other reference, Dalmanutha, is in the Bible. We don't know what it is. We don't know where it is. We don't know what it's referring to. Well, so if we don't know, how can we know it contradicts? If we can't actually point on a map and say, this is Dalmanutha, then how do we know it contradicts with Magdala? Now, it's an interesting thing. You want to scratch your head and go, I wonder what that is. But I know what it can't be, and it can't be a contradiction. So what is it? What could it be? Well, there's a few options. Option one, it's some other place entirely, and so we have a contradiction. Okay, well, but you need some evidence if you actually want to put that forward as the answer. Answer two, or again, remember, Mark is writing to the Gentiles. Maybe they're using a different name. It could be a regional name. Maybe there were, for those whom that area was known as Dalmanutha. For instance, if I were to tell you, let's say I told these folks over here, we're having a conversation, I said, yeah, next week I'm going to Austin. But then in a different conversation, I'm over here telling these folks, yeah, next week I'm going down to Travis County. Is that a contradiction? No, because Austin is in Travis County, right? It's the same thing, just using different words. That's possible. Maybe Dalmanutha is referring to the region, and Magdala is the town. Possible. We don't know. We don't actually know because we don't know what Dalmanutha is. Or maybe it's a community kind of nearby that's just kind of assumed as part of Magdala. Maybe Magdala is the big town, and Dalmanutha is a village that just kind of gets assumed into the community of Magdala. Anyone know an example of that? Right? Anyone ever go to Waco? You ever go to Beverly Hills, but where do you tell people, yeah, I'm going to Waco? Belmead, Lacey Lakeview, Woodway, Hewitt, right? But you might just say, I'm going to Waco. Because it's all kind of wrapped up in the whole, just broad Waco regional area. And so people will say, Waco, when really they're going to a smaller city that's kind of attached to Waco, but it's all part of the same metropolis, if you will. And so there's all kinds of possibilities that we could see how Magdala and Dalmanutha, whatever they are, whatever it is, go together without being a contradiction. Now, does that mean that it's not a contradiction? Well, maybe it could be. Maybe we uncover something and go, hey, this Dalmanutha place is an entirely different city on the other side of the lake. Okay, well, now we have something we'd have to work out. But we don't have that. All we know is in one gospel it's called one name, and another gospel is called another name, and we have plenty of examples of places having more than one name. So there's no reason to assume a contradiction is going on here.